Hey guys, it's your DM Alex again. Uh, Wanted to get another video out to you of Dungeon Dover. An idea for a one shot. I ran this one a little while back. One of my favorite things to do with bosses is to take different creatures and mix their abilities, and just come up with something that the players won't know, especially experienced players who probably know most of the player's handbook, the monster manual. Um, and especially at low levels, because you can throw in a few little abilities at a boss fight that make it a really challenging boss fight for low levels, which is normally just killing goblins and bandits and things like that. The one I came up with was I started with the boss actually. I thought of a ghost hunter, vampire hunter type of character, and he spent years doing it. He had his journal, writing his adventures, and then eventually he retired and created a church. And that was his dedication. And he had a daughter, and a wife, of course, and a daughter. And he um, his daughter was raised to be basically a cleric. She's a low-level cleric by the time the adventurers meet her. And the mother had died, and the creature that killed her, of course, the dad went on the hunt. Uh, and then he didn't return for a very long time, and when he did, he was a changed person. His daughter saw darkness in him, and then one day, she didn't see him anymore. He was just gone, and a lot of villagers started missing, and undead started rising in the cemetery. And then that's when our adventurers can really join in, depending on the information they get from the different NPCs. At that point, you have the NPCs go to the church or the graveyard, and they meet the cleric, the daughter of the hunter, and basically what I did is you have a cemetery, and the more time they spend wandering around out there, the more undead that will attack them. Zombies have a lot of hit points, but they're low armor class. They're a fight good creature for low level groups, and you can play the zombie how you want, make him move slow, maybe make him move a little fast. I actually made these guys pretty creepy because of the boss. So what I was doing them is having them rise with like a shadow mist around them that was almost as if the darkness was holding them together, um, and and that'll play into the boss in a little bit. So hopefully the players don't spend too much time out there and don't get overrun by zombies, and that's all that happens to them. Of course, you as DM, do your best to control the flow of that. Um, once they meet the cleric daughter, she's of course going to give the information she can to get some help. The main thing that we get to is after searching through the catacombs, they finally do, and sorry, after searching through the office, they find his diary, which has information on different monsters, and there will be, I would bring mention of a shadow, and just to give the players the idea that that might be what happened. Um, and basically that's what I did, is I created a shadow lich combo at very low level. He was a shadow NPC, but he was linked to the diary, so they could hurt him. Although remember, the shadow has a very damaging, debilitating effect. Um, and that's really where it makes it a challenging fight for the players, because and you can actually kill your players. Remember, the strength reduction going down to 0 is actually a player death. So if you don't want that to happen, maybe modify it, or don't even use that ability. I think that it's a slow enough effect, the 1d4 per hit, that it adds a sense of drama and risk, but it also most groups should be able to realize the danger and take care of it before it gets really bad. But yes, so they fight the shade eventually. Decide how that goes into play. Um, what I like to do is I like to taunt my players while they're moving around searching, and I would have the ghost, the shade, the father, speak to them individually with whispers. And, amateurs in my home, get out! You know, and just get him, kind of mess with them a little bit, and then once they get the diary and they, put in their some hints about what liches can do, just so maybe they put those two and two together. The phylactery. I'm gonna say it wrong. So the phylactery, yeah, the thing that liches use to stay alive after death. And so, eventually they fight the creature, and hopefully they figure out to burn the diary, so it doesn't have a connection to this world. One thing that you could do is, which is what I did in my second run of this, is I made sure that the creature wouldn't die at all. And then they couldn't even bring him down to, they brought him to 0 HP, but he didn't go down until they actually burned the diary, which was really good, because after only 2 rounds, of me saying, it looks like he should be dead, but he stands, they decided to give that a shot. They burned the diary, and it worked. Whereas in the first time I ran this, I didn't add that on, and they didn't even. They just kept the diary and they left. So, just maybe not a big deal. I guess you could play that in later, and if it was an ongoing campaign, that would be a good thing. The diary would, they'd have it on them. Perhaps that player would become cursed and haunted. It was a fun adventure. There's a good amount of risks to the players without them feeling like there's no chance at winning. For the most part, it's as long as you have one tanky guy that that ability to drain strength shouldn't TPK or cause a TPK. But hey, sometimes that's the best lessons learned, and especially if you're going on an ongoing campaign, when they make new characters, they'll be more cautious. Well, anyways, this one's a little short. Just wanted to get something out there to you guys, a little idea again on Dungeon Dover one-shots, and ways to build them into campaign. There's definitely little, these are good starting off points for low level. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. Support the channel. Hit like, subscribe, follow, whichever you're watching this on. Thanks, guys.